morning, ladies and gentlemen. Ray Reynolds here from raisecredit.com, the voice of credit. Let's see how I can help you today. All right, I want to make sure everyone understands they have the right to become a corporate millionaire. That's exactly what I said, corporate millionaire. So I'd like you to write some things down today, not take a picture. I want you to get it in here versus on a piece of paper or basically what's going to be in your camera, your phone. Everything we're going to talk about is kind of protected anyway. But the goal is rules and tools. Every one of you have the ability to literally, between now and the end of the year, have a corporation worth $1 million plus. You can also repackage your life as well, personal or business, all the pieces. Now for me, I brought in my first 100,000 as a kid, then $1 million, then a couple billion by the time I was 26 under corporate structure. I haven't had a paycheck for decades. I don't really need one. My goal is to change the world as much as I can before I die. How's that? I want you to write down, plan on the problems. The biggest problem most people do is they don't plan on problems. And they're going to happen anyway. So let's plan on it this way. Let's turn it upside down. Let's look at it the way I look at things. So plan on the problems. There's always something to go wrong. Flat out. It will. In the bank, your family, your friends, your business people you deal with, you can stub your toe. We don't care. Let's write down two things. Safety credit. Let's write that down. And then the line of defense. You've got the ability to understand, and I'm going to show you exactly what this means about safety credit and the line of defense. I do weekly workshops, so guess what with me? I broadcast twice a day, Monday through Friday, and all day Saturday. I've done this literally for 43 years. You see, I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years. So basically, I'm a kind of a verified person. By the way, I don't have any BS. But I will show you how the story got started with me. See, I had to steal and beg off the pier. Mrs. Hope dropped me off at the pier every morning from the age of 3 to 9.5 at 6:30 in the morning. Literally, I can't believe she did that, but she did. So guess what I had to do? I had to beg and steal. I want to get you past go. See, a lot of people get stuck or they give up. So let me show you some things that I obtained, and I'll never show you anything that wasn't mine or the corporation that I set up flat out. From the Lamborghinis to the race boats, I've even had world records too. I like corporate helicopters. All right, I like to collect Lamborghinis and Ferraris and have some fun. I even like my mansions and the yachts. So again, you can listen, you can learn, but guess what? I'm going to show you what I obtained. I don't like BS. The other day I saw this guy and he's going through this YouTube video and all this advertising. Hey, I found a loophole, all right, to make money in the stock market. I don't like BS. All I hear is blah, 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 blah. It's kind of like the one that says, here's $100,000. This is all you got to do. It's like, are you kidding me? I've had $10 million in cash on my desk. $100,000 fits in my jacket pocket. But again, we got to get you past go with no more BS. Write down Ray's rules. See, there's 20,000 of these. I want you to stay safe and strong. You've got to. Yes, the world's readjusting. But the reality is simple. We got to do our best today while Jesus does the rest. You see, you got a problem, and I've heard this for 43 years. Everybody talking about, I can't find the time. Well, give me a break. Finding the time you're missing is pretty simple. All you got to do is get up every morning at 4:30 a.m. Write it down. I'm up at 2:25 every day. Have been since I was a kid. Now you found the time you're missing. So you got a choice. See it, believe it, go get it. That's what I want you to focus on. You got the ability to get anything you want. All right? There's nothing in this world I can't go get. I already have. But again, you're going to have to get to know me and get to know us, because everyone you talk to, I'm sorry to say, most of the time they're blah, blah, blah. A lot of BS out there. So we got to realize a couple things. If you lose your job or your income, here's your life. You run out of time, you run out of money, and you jack up your credit, and you bring the pain home in 42 days. That's how it is. Now, understand something. I know you want a magic wand. I got one, but mine's broken. Can I borrow yours? See, that's just BS. What I want you to write down is Credit Services Act. Can you write it down, please? It's called the Credit Services Act. You see, you got to be a qualified CFO for you and the corporation we're going to build. That's a chief financial officer, by the way. And what do? You go to those credit repair flaky companies. hate to tell you, if you go to the Credit Services Act, it'll take you to the Federal Trade Commission, and it'll tell you nobody can do credit repair. They're just lying to the credit bureaus. They can't even collect money up front. Don't worry, some of you wrote those stupid letters too. It went off and on like a yo-yo. You see, even when you go there, it'll tell you about the Credit Repair Organization Act. I heard the advertising today again. I can bankrupt you and repair your credit. How do you do that? You bankrupt under the Federal Protection Act of creditors, and then you're going to lie and remove the crap? There's only 8 creditors to play with, period, anyway. I don't get that. To me, that's fraud. But what do I know? See, I want to rebuild your life, and I want you to have your dreams. It's kind of fun. So let's have some more fun. See, I want you at my weekly workshop. I want you stuck with me. Personally, I'm going to hold your hand. Remember, I'm the only one that does the workshops for the last 43 years. So I got no BS. If you want the goal, you want the dream, let me know. Because I'm going to get you there, and I'll guarantee it. I'll even guarantee it in writing. You see, I need you to do a couple things right now. I need you to write down a phone number. This will get you off the national mailing list. Can you do that for me, please? Write down 888-567-8688. When you listen to the recording, opt out for 5 years, please. That's all I want you to do. Now, we got some choices. All right, what I like to do is repackage your whole life. I'm talking the car, the insurance, the house, the money in your bank. I want to redo everything you do because I personally think you're kind of messing up. But again, that's just my opinion, but I'll go over through that at the workshop with you. You see, credit saved my life. Some people say, credit, no, I don't want more credit. Guess what? How'd you get your car? How'd you get your house? The problem is the lack of knowledge. It's the stupidity of man or woman. We're not stupid. We just didn't get taught the rules and tools. But today I'm going to give you some rules and some tools. You see, credit saved my life as a child because I didn't like stealing and begging off the pier. Credit saved my life as an adult. In 2009, I found myself in a coma. All right, with swine flu and pneumonia. They call it pandemic number 9. Kind of sucks. So guess what? I'm going to teach you what I know. How I got from million to billion by the time I was 26 under corporate structure. See, you got a couple choices. Okay? I will take on anybody in an open forum about knowledge to knowledge anywhere on the planet. I guarantee it. I got an IQ off the chart. I got total recall on most things. And I think there's a lot of BS out there. So guess what? Every time they say have money for a rainy day, hell, in my life it doesn't rain, it pours. You know what I mean? You got a choice. You got a choice to listen to me or go listen to the people around you that haven't made millions and billions. I don't know why you waste your time listening to them because they seem to put your idea down. You know, every time you need $5,000 because you got an emergency and it's now, you call your friends, you call your family, you call the bank, and they all say no. That sucks. Guess what I want you to understand? If you listened to me and you had safety credit, $5,000 if I gave you a card, you had to max it out, the payment is $50 a month. You see, you didn't plan on the failure, you didn't plan on the problems, and that's why you fell down. This time we're going to get you back up. You're going to be at my workshops with me. Let's understand something today. Most of you waste $100 plus a week. By the way, they say you waste it and piss it away. I don't know if you know how to count, but there's 4.3 weeks in a month. That's over $600 a month. If I hand you a $50,000 credit card and you had to max it out, the payment is $612.26. So what you basically waste or basically piss away, you could have got a pizza today, started a business, started a dream. Do yourself a favor. Stop wasting money. Learn that it's a rule and tools with me. We're going to have some fun today. I'm going to give you some of the rules and the tools, but I want you to write them down, not just take a damn picture. Plan on the problems. This is your problem. Plan on somebody getting in your way. Friend, family, bank, doesn't matter. You might even stub your toe. Who cares? We're going to have safety credit. We're going to get through it. See it, believe it, go through it. Make sure you obtain. You're going to learn what's called the line of defense. You got the ability to change your life if you choose to. You see, there's one thing you got to realize. We watch rich and famous people file bankruptcy and say rich and famous too. We watched Mr. Trump bankrupt 4 corporations in the past. He never brought the pain home. You watch Wells Fargo Bank and guess what? They're a bunch of crooks. Their employees stole identity, including mine twice. Doesn't matter they were set up in 1852. They got a $3 billion fine. You know what they did? They wrote it off. Then they shut down 450 locations. They got away with it. That's who we should boycott. We should put them out of business because those employees, they belong in prison. Now write down SSN. Can you do that, please? You see, I want you to understand something. You got one SSN. That makes you the duck. Quack, quack. What does that mean? The Federal Trade Commission says 98% are screwed up. Maybe a couple of you. Write down Ray's rules. There's 20,000. See, I wanted a blueprint. I wanted instructions, and I didn't get it, so I had to create it. Now you get to use what I get to do. So if I hand you 100,000 of credit, now that's personal credit. Let's remember something. You can't write off a personal credit card or the interest rate. Remember that. That's why we always use it for safety. Remember, write down 29%. Don't you ever use a card past 29%. I don't care the credit bureau say 44. I don't care Credit Karma says 33. See, they only say that because they have no phone number to help you, because they don't want to help you. They just want you to clickety-clack. Every time you clickety-clack, they get 25 bucks. That's why they're worth billions of dollars today. They first got started by TransUnion, and guess what? They even got indicted because they lie. But again, it's 29%. Can you pay attention today? You see, that would give you 71,000 of safety credit. In case there's a pandemic, COVID-19. In case you fell down, you had to get back up. You get to play catch up, not fall down. Stop. I don't get this. 43 years, I've basically killed myself helping people. All right? And they still take money and credit from the family and screw up the family. What is wrong with people? I don't get it. It's called stupidity. You don't hurt your family and steal the money and credit from the family. Hell, you can't write it off. Why would you do that? Never, and write it down as big as you can, never bring the pain home. I had to move 24 times the time I was 11 and a half years old. I didn't get the real mommy and daddy. I got hell. Guess what I had to do? Get out of hell. So guess what? You're going to learn today some of the rules and tools. You're going to have to get out of your own way. Is that okay with you? There's me with billions of dollars and nobody gave a damn. I got in a coma. Swine flu and pneumonia. Pandemic number 9. COVID-9. It sucks. 200,000 people died that year. You see, there's the yacht and the race boat I parked in my backyard. Where you park yours again? See, I'm from Show Me State. Show me or shut up. I got a problem with most people because I think they're all full of blah, blah, blah. Me, I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years. I'm the most verified person you're going to find. But guess what? I got stuck in a damn coma. And again, that sucked. But the reality is this. I got to do what? Go boo-hoo-hoo? No. I came out of the coma. My life was destroyed. I still got back on my feet because my family needed to eat. July 2009, July 5th, I got H1N1. Guess what we get to do? You see, let's understand a couple things. Rebuilding, again, is the hardest thing to do. Everyone around you, all right, wants to bring you down. Having everything and losing it, everyone around you wants to keep you down. They hate that you made it in the first place. Don't you get this? Some people hate me, all right? They don't want me to see it and make it again. All right, when they haven't made it themselves the first time. That's their damn fault, not mine. But guess what? I did it again because I didn't let myself stay down. By the way, it's your turn. You got the guts to play with me? I'll get you to million. I'll get you to billion. I used to be the incorporator for all you rich and famous. And I got companies that are millions and billionaires because of me. You want to play? I'll get you there. But understand, I had what? Swine flu and pneumonia? I'm going to ask you today to wear a mask. See, my life got destroyed. All right, literally, they ripped it off. It was dead. I lost it all. What am I supposed to do? Go boo-hoo-hoo again? No. I came out of a coma. For 5 weeks, I walked with an oxygen tank. I still put my credit score back to an 820. I built $1 million of credit. It's the only thing I could do to get out of hell. So today, do yourself a favor. Listen to me. Wear a damn mask. We can get through this if you believe in yourself. But you got a choice. You don't have to do what I say. You got one choice. It's simple. You don't get a do-over. You can live or die. That's on you. You might want to think about COVID-19. All right, these dummies not wearing a mask. If they're not dying, they're killing people around them. Aren't they that stupid? Wear a damn mask so we get through this. But what do I know? See, I've never been comfortable a day in my life, ever. It always reminds me of going back to the pier when I was 3 years old, stealing and begging off the pier. That sucked. Now, I want you to think about something. Every morning when I get up at 2:25, I drop to my knees. I look around and say, thank you, Jesus, I got another day. But here's the thing. Then I go look in the mirror. You see, for me, and I don't know why I started this when I was about 2.5 years old, but I found a mirror and I looked at the mirror. I had to make myself responsible for me. Yeah, I had to do it at 2.5, but I've been doing it all my life now. I want you to do the raised mirror test. Can you do that for me? Go stare in the mirror for 2 minutes a day. Don't brush your hair and don't comb your teeth, just to see if you want to pay attention today. But let's understand what I want you to do. I want you to stop time. You see, you got to realize something. I don't give a damn about anybody in your life besides you. You keep dragging the past with you. No. I want you to ask yourself 2 questions today. Have I completed everything I need to? No. Is there more to be done? Yes. You have to put yourself in check. If you're not willing to do that, you're wasting your time with me. Because the moment you want to see it, believe it, go get it, I'll hand it to you. I'll even hand you the damn keys. I got no excuses. God only way it made one of me. Thank God for that. I want you chasing the money, chasing the dream. We're going to go chase the carrot too. See, I love money. I love money. I don't have to steal and beg off the pier. I can feed my family. I can pay my bills. I can help people like you. Money is a tool. So is credit. It's about time you learn the rules and the tools. This time, you better damn well follow through. You got a problem when you don't. You see, what's going to happen is you're going to go back to the job you hate. That's okay. Eventually, because we're getting older, slower, we're not as pretty as we used to be. They're going to fire you. You're going to drive an Uber and deliver some damn pizza. Is that your true American dream? Probably not. But it's going to be up to you. You see, Mrs. Hope used to drop me off at the pier at 7:30 in the morning. All right? And she did it from 3 years old to 9.5. Actually, it was 6:30 in the morning. And I didn't know what to do. But you know what? There are sometimes they had their poker game every Wednesday night. And I was listening. I wrote my little silly notes. I heard a corporation is a legal person. I found my way out if I could just figure it out. Damn, it's a corporation's a legal person. What do I need to do? The next morning, I couldn't sleep all night. I went to the library next to the Torrance Police Department, and I asked the lady, could you help me look this up? She said, here's a microfiche, here's a book. I read a book. It said a corporation's a legal person under the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. I was looking for a map, a blueprint, instructions. I wanted to know if as long as I followed this, I could get there. I got so disappointment at that first book. I went to book after book, book after book. I finally got to the point I created my own blueprints, rules, and tools. I brought in 100,000, a million, and double billion by the time I was 26. You might want to learn the rules and tools. All right? First thing for me is always Bible. The next thing for me, I wrote this book 43 years ago. Can you imagine I wrote Winning the Game of Business? And the other day, his organization wanted to block me. And then they checked it out and found out I own the rights for their crap they're doing, trying to sell my stuff. Oh, well, the old days, I just go kick their little tush, but that's the way it works. So let's understand something today. Winning the game of business? You see, for me, I had to turn it into a game. There's one thing about me, I love to play games. Doesn't matter if it's chess, checkers, backgammon, and more. I like to win. So I knew one thing. I don't want to be stressed out like most of you. You're stressed out because you put it on your shoulders. What did I do? I turned it into a game. See, you like to play games, don't you? And you always like to win. Turn it into a game and quit stressing yourself out today. Let's get you to the workshop and get stuck with me. Now, here's a client, and I do what's called a raise update every day. All right, and we always do a daily report based on anybody's response, even if it's negative. Ray, I've been a client of yours, customer for 20 years. You've helped me. Your help is priceless. My son has been listening to your CDs for the past 3 years and wanted to say thank you. Well, that's good. My youngest client years ago was 9 years old. Mr. Reynolds, I am 17 years old. My business is bringing in about $11.50 a week. Not too bad. All right, so far. I know I'll keep growing thanks to you. All right, and thank you for your weekly workshops and help. Billy Jr. Not bad, huh? You see, here's the problem with all of you. You don't know who to trust. You want to know who to trust? God and you. That's it. God and you. That's all you got to do. This is what's called the Millionaires Founders Kit. These are the books and CDs that Billy's listening to. It's pretty simple. It's the Millionaires Founders Kit 12-book CDs. There's 1,000 rules in those books. And all you got to do is listen and play the game. He's only 17. That's not too bad, $11.50 a week. You see, I even got basically a real estate module too. You see, I had $841 million of real estate before my coma. I wanted to hit $1 billion that year, but I found myself in a coma. By the way, if you're an expert in real estate, I'm going to say 2 things, and I'll bet you have no idea what I'm talking about. It's called a homestead blocker. You see, you're an expert doing onesies and twosies. All right, that's the problem. How about a UCC one with a chattel mortgage? You see, you don't know how to play yet. How about the financial series? I was a consultant for many banks for many years. How to be the bank? Buckets of money and tax balancing. We can have some fun if you want to. You see, the credit hotline closed their last office about 11, 12 weeks ago. 80% of their employees went home to go get that extra unemployment check. They weren't even sent home. They said, we quit. So a couple of their employees needed some space. They still wanted to work. I gave them some space in an office I have. There's 1,000 rules on those. We found them in the back of their warehouse. By the way, instead of $3,000 today, it's $499. You better take a picture before it runs out. You say you want the rules, you want the tools, there you go. You can Zelle, wire, deposit. Take a picture of that. You're going to need it today because I'm going to repackage your whole life. All you got to do is play with me, and I guarantee I'll get you to million to billion. All I'm asking for is 90 days. Can you give me 90 days? And don't tell your friends and family. Shh. Keep it a secret, please. You see, if it works, because it will every time, they're going to ask you how you did it. All I want you to say is raisecredit.com. I'll guarantee every one of you, I'll get you on the $1 million dream. I'll guarantee it. All I need is 90 days. You see, in those 90 days, what I'm going to do, I'm going to rebuild your credit my way. Years ago, I worked with Ken Yarborough, security chief of Tier W in Asperian and Harold Stokes. I came up with rapid scoring back then. I came up with what's called rapid refresh. Now, I can push credit scores up 200 points plus. How about a credit line? How about the articles? How about book CDs and classes, and you're stuck with me? Wouldn't you have some fun? But again, it's going to be up to you. Write down 29%, please. This is the whole thing that people screw up every day. If you maintain 29% usage on a credit card, you can maintain an 820 credit score. You jack up the card, the score drops. That's on you. You got to know the rules and the tools to learn how to play the game. There's 4 points of income with me. First, we got to talk about real estate because I can get you to make millions and billions that way. But if I'm going to fix it up, I'm going to call it a flippity-dippity-do. If I'm going to invest, I'm going to have some fun too. Now, let's understand something today. Franchises. Hey, let's get you a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, Wendy's, we got the beef. Why? Because they get to stay open through COVID-19. How about we do some profit sharing and have some fun? How about we learn how to leverage money and credit 84 ways? By the way, there's 84 ways to leverage money and credit. We can turn this into millions to billions. But you might want to know I wrote the 84 ways. I've been teaching people to be millionaires and billionaires for 43 years. I'll bet you're going to want to pay attention to me today. Because what happens? All of you, when you fall down, it's called boo-hoo-hoo. Get up off your feet. Corporate credit. Corporate car. You got to learn how to play by the rules and the tools. Everybody you see that are rich and famous drive company cars, but you don't. What's wrong with you? Are these turned on or what? Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. I know some of you want to complain that they don't pay enough tax. We all pay tax on property tax and per gallon of gas. It's time to shut up and join the world today. You get a paycheck when you're lucky, and when you do, but you get the leftover. And then you're paying for a car you should not. I don't get that. And then you basically pay your bills. Then you steal money and credit from the family. Then you roll the dice. And you bring the pain home. I'm sorry to say, I call that silly and dumb. I want you to understand. I want to get you your dream car. But it's going to be purchased under a tax ID. And we're going to write it off. And you're going to have a corporate car and have some fun. Because right now, half of you are boring. You're stressed out. Guess what? You're paying for your car out of your paycheck. I believe that's called taxable income. You're paying the payment, the gas, registration, insurance. From now on, the answer is no. Can you say no, please? I want you driving a corporate car. What car would you like? Let me know. We're going to get it at fleet price and tax ID. Why? Because I'm going to help you do it. And we're going to play together. Cash flow, free up your time. You know, every time I look at somebody's blah, 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 here's a guy, he says, here's $100,000. This is how I do it every month. Blah, 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 blah. All I hear is BS. I've had $10 million in cash on my desk. $100,000 fits in a jacket pocket. All right? You better focus on cash flow, free up your time. Because that's the only thing that counts to get the life that God has promised us all, called the abundance. Even though I had to steal and beg off the pier, He's always given me the abundance because I've got my faith and my persistence. You got to learn how to play. Now, let's understand, the Ray Reynolds University, I started it decades ago. You know, I had 22,000 square feet in Irvine before the coma. Had locations everywhere. I like making $1 million a day. Kind of fun. You might want to write down the phone number if you want to get stuck with me. It's called 877-519-7509. By the way, Ray's Rules, there's 20,000 of these. Step by step, you follow through. Guess what? You got a multi-million-dollar company. Building relationships and dreams. Millions of clients to this day having fun. It's a profit company. Why? Because I want to make sure we bring in the money first and decide what to do. Never bring the pain home. Write it down. I don't understand why you bring the pain home. I don't get that. But let's get you through this. You see, there's a science behind all the madness. It's kind of fun. But again, I need you to do yourself a favor right now. Go get your Social Security card. Come on, ladies. It's in your purse on the floor next to you. Man, it's in your wallet, in your pocket. Pull it out. Here's the problem with most of you. You don't read anything. You just sign your life away. Because you're trusting everybody today. That kind of sucks, too. Have you read the card front and back? Probably not, have you? Did you know it says do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes? And it tells you flat out it's not yours. Property of Social Security Administration. So why you got the card? Because you were told to go get it when you got your first job as a teenager. So now you're a duck, quack, quack. But here's the problem with you. You didn't learn Ray's Rules and Tools. See, I love the United States of America. I just mastered the rules and the tools by the time I was 9.5. You see, you got one SSN. You got one chance not to mess it up. The Federal Trade says 98% are messed up today. Couple of you. So what are you supposed to do? You see, you might be watching me on Google, Facebook, YouTube, or something else. But here's the problem. You're missing the PowerPoint in front of me. You might just want to go to rayswebinar.com and get the full overview. See, you got to learn to write down SS 4 times 4. Can you do that? Oh, do I need to slow down for you? Okay. SS 4 times 4. Can you do that for me, please? I know you see an application that says SSN, SS4. And you tried the SS4 and you fell on your face because you didn't have me set it up to my system. See, here's the problem with all of you. If you got a corporation today, you haven't done diddly squat. Why? Because 96% that get them set up don't know what's next. They spend thousands of dollars for a piece of paper and they do it wrong or give up. You see, if you name a corporation after you, that's called dumb. If you name it for what it does, that's called double dum-dum. Now let's write down line of defense. Can you do that for me, please? You see, something's always going to go wrong. We got to count on it. But you're going to learn how to play like I do. I had to fight to get out of hell. So let's understand, I want a division for real estate. I want one for basically franchise. I want one for your current business. Now here's what I'm allowed to do for you. I can get you up to $100,000 to $1 million per tax ID. How much would you like? Now let's remember something. You forgot. Corporate credit, we get to write off the interest rate on the card. Corporations don't pay tax until they make a profit. The reason you don't know how to win is you don't know how to play. You got a choice today. You see, I already offered you $100,000 of credit for you. You can't write it off. But that's for the family. That's safety credit, not to hurt the family, not to bring the pain home. Because bringing the pain home is silly and dumb. So, Ray's rules, pretty simple. So let's look at this, SSN or SS4. Who wants to be the duck? Is it you? Come on, let's have some fun. But here's the problem. You're going to have to learn 20,000 rules and tools. But in the beginning, I'll hand you the fish. I'll teach you to fish. You got the guts to play with me? Oh, I love this. Isn't this nice? The previous president and vice president hugging and loving. Look at the smile on their face. Have those two ever had to steal and beg off of a pier? I don't think so. Are they ever going to have to worry about money the rest of their lives? Hell no. You and I got to fight to get what we want and what we need. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, they got the key to the printing press. Look at the smile on their face. Whee! Let's print some more. That's all they got to do. It's pretty simple. Now remember, you got your SSN when you were a teenager because you got your job. Did you know something? Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, mama who just delivered a baby at the hospital, within the average of 3 hours or less after going he, hoo, hoo, she's got to be signing the SSN form. They're waiting for the baby to be born so they can go print some more money. Don't you get this? Mama can't take the baby to the stroller in the car seat, can't go home till mama signs the SSN form. I love the United States, but I know the rules and tools. Your problem is your lack of knowledge. You know what? You got one SSN, one chance not to mess up. Why would you screw up? It's an SS4 times 4. Let's learn how to play. Let's make sure we don't bring the pain home anyway. Corporations got an SS4. Line of defense, SS4 every division. Amazing how when people know the rules, how to play the game, they get to win. Your lack of knowledge is hurting you. What did I tell you in the beginning when you met me today? Plan on the problems. There's always something going to go wrong. I'll guarantee it. But if you got safety credit and you know how to play the line of defense, you don't bring the pain where? Home. Why do you bring the pain home? Your lack of knowledge. That's why you're a duck. Quack, quack, quack. You like being the duck? I don't want you to ever be the duck again. I want you to say you. I want you to say SSN. I want you to say safety credit for the family and leave it alone. Corporation, I don't even want it to have liability. I want it to get the credit, but I want it to manage the divisions because that's how we create a line of defense in case something goes wrong. We're going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and get rid of the bad piece. And we're not going to ever bring the pain where? Home. Why would anybody do that? You see, I didn't have the home like you did, but the bottom line is I had to fight to get out of hell. That was just me. I didn't want to go back anymore. So you got a choice called SS4. Now write it down. It's called credit cards get you credit score. See, a credit card gets you the credit score, and then gets you more, and then you get a house and a car. Did you know a house and a car do nothing for your credit report at all? They look pretty, let's just screw them up. So what's the rule? Don't screw it up. That's all you got to do. Remember Ray's rules. Write it down again. You jack up a card past 29%, you drop your score. That's on you because you're not listening. So it's 29% flat out on any given card. You're going to learn how to master the rules and the tools at the workshop with me. See, what I want to do is rebuild your credit. You're going to say it's good, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to have to rebuild it anyway. I'm going to have to do it my way. Some of you are using that authorized user crap, and you're buying trade lines too, and that's a bunch of crap as well. So let's understand something. It's called a 720. I'll guarantee it. I'll charge you $4.99. Is that okay with you? Oh, I like to do a rapid refresh as well. Get you to an 820 if you allow me to. I'm going to charge you $4.99. Together it's $9.98. But wait, I remember that from our show. It's kind of fun. You see, I'm going to hand you a $1,000 cash credit card. Understand something, you and me. All right? I'll always give you twice as much cash, if not more, that you invest in yourself. I want you to win every time. I got no excuses. So let's understand today. I'm going to give that to you for $4.99. All right, as long as you sell it while I'm doing the overview. If you don't, then guess what you get to do? You get to call sales. And they love to make their commission today. So guess what? For $4.99, I'll give you twice as much of your investment back in your pocket called Cash Credit Card. Is that kind of fun? You see, the programs that I do, they're all expedited because I'm impatient. It's more than you ever thought of in your life. I want it now, now, now. I want it done in 90 days or less, no matter how much of a mess you got. Write down the phone number again. It's 877-519-7509. You see, take a picture again. There's a Zelle, there's a wire, there's a deposit. Everything I touch, I want it done like yesterday. So this is how you give us the dollars, and we'll get ready to play. Guess what? Ray's rules. How many are there? How many rules we got? Or did you forget so far? Workshops, 20,000 rules and tools. You see, every Saturday I do the classes. You're stuck with me. Isn't that fun? By the way, at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I don't call out your name. I call out your case number. I show you I'm doing 98% of everything for you. I might ask you to do one or two things. Can you do that? Can you follow through? That's all you're going to have to do. That's why I do the workshops myself. You see, here's a nice guy, but I yelled at him. I did. I said, I'm sorry, but guess what? You screwed up again. You crashed the rapid twice. You dropped your scores 33 more points. You jacked up your cards. What the blank is wrong with you? You wasted all my work. You screwed it up. I said, don't you remember I told you at the workshops it's 29%? But guess what I told him flat out? And by the way, I'm on point every time. I don't make mistakes when it comes to this, ever. I said, take $726 and pay down those cards again. Then I threw him a rapid refresh. I popped him a $100,000 plus credit. Some for him, corporation, and division simultaneously. You see, you got a choice today. I know you want to get there, but you talk a lot. But guess what? Now you're stuck with me. You see, what's going to happen is if you want to fax over a list of all your referrals and get them into a webinar with me, if they Zelle in for something, we'll Zelle you back up to 20%. You want to make some money? We got people making more than $1,000 a day. Now, we got to look at Walt Disney. See, as a kid, I always studied rich and famous people. I want to know how they got it. Here's Walt Disney. They filed bankruptcy 7 times in the past, kind of like a couple of you. You know what they did recently? Look at this. Look at this. This is great. They got $1 billion in the bank because they know how to play the game. All they did is write an IOU to themselves. That's all they had to do. An IOU to themselves, paid no tax on $1 billion. I'm just trying to get you to listen to me to get you the first $1 million. Can you pay attention today? Corporations don't pay tax till they make a what? Profit. You got some choices today. Please write down borrow money's not taxable. Then I want you to write down don't spend money, loan money. I'll explain what I'm talking about through the overview. You see, I want you to master Ray's rules and tools, even though I'm doing the work for you. Don't forget, there's 20,000 of these. Now, here's the problem with all of you. Your personal credit, you can't write off the credit card or the interest rate at all. So you're kind of stuck. It kind of sucks. Did you know a corporation can write off the interest rate and the card? Of course, it's a legitimate transaction. Of course it would be. How about the way I designed this in 1986? That every division would get 8 credit cards, 9 lines of credit, 8 supply cards, 10 vendor cards, 10 marketing, 6 lease cards, gas cards, and cash cards. You see, if you want to learn how to play the game, you're going to have to finance it, and it's going to be some fun. But in a corporation, you get to write it all off. You see, what I get to do, I'm an affiliate to 115 creditors. I get to use the history I got. I get to pop your credit for the corporation and the divisions, and you simultaneously. How much would you like? It's going to be up to you. You see, you got a choice, just like anything else. I invented 113 ways to daisy chain credit. 1099 more cards per card. How much would you like? But I only want to do that on corporate credit so I can write it all off because I want to build $1 million to $1 billion company. Don't you? But again, it's a choice. That's called Ray's rules, by the way. See, as we get to play the game, guess what just happened to you? Look at it. It floated in front of you. Write it down. Here's the problem. Something happens, you stare. You look. It's okay. Now write it down. You got 3 little boxes there. By the way, there's a corporation now. There's a line of defense. What are we going to do? Corporation's going to get credit and manage its divisions. We have to learn the 3-step because something can go wrong with the division. What if a division gets screwed up? What are we going to do? Oh my goodness! We're going to learn the rules and tools because the corporation's got a tax ID. Each division has tax ID. Debt follows tax ID. So guess what we get to do if we got a problem with the division today? We're going to learn the 3-step. You ready to write it down? We're going to disconnect it, isolate it, incorporate it. We're going to try to save it. If we can't save it at all, we're going to bankrupt the piece. But we're never going to bring the pain home ever again. You watch rich and famous people, you watch Wells Fargo Bank, you watch cities, you watch Trump, everyone else, but they know how to play. And your problem is what? The lack of knowledge today. You got to learn how to play Ray's way. Let's understand money and credit. 84 ways to play that. To million to billions. Real estate, ooh, house. If we fix it up, it's called a flippity-dippity-do or reinvest. How about a franchise? And McDonald's, Taco Bell, or Wendy's when they got the beef because they get to stay open through COVID-19. There's 20,000 rules to play the game. But again, you're going to have to listen. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to turn these on. Guess what happens today? You probably got a house, but you did it wrong. Sorry to say. Maybe you did it right. I don't know. You see, here's the thing. Escrow works for you, but you allow them to tell you what to do. I don't understand that. You see, you should have known the rules. It's 20,000 rules. I've mastered out this from properties to house to everything you do in your life. But again, it's going to be up to you. You see, you should have said escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow recorded in a trust. Here's the problem with you. If your house is not in a trust today and you die, it's stuck in your probate. If somebody sues you, they screw you, they take it away. You can download the forms for free for trust. You can get it notarized and you can get it filed right away for less than $30. But if you don't listen to me, that's on you. Now, if you get a property, you want to fix it up, I'm going to call it a flippity-dippity-do. And remember, I had $840 million of real estate before my coma. So let's understand something. You got a property because you won the prize. That's good. You're going to hire a contractor. The contractor is going to hire the subcontractor that stand outside Home Depot. Good workers. But you know what they're going to do? They're going to cut every corner they can. And when they slip and fall, they're going to sue you and steal everything you got because you didn't listen to me. There you go again. Because you didn't plan for the problems. I don't want you to make a mistake. Every property you ever fix up from now on, you're going to quit claim deed it to a division. Can I write it down? These are some of the rules and tools. You're going to quit claim deed it to a division. Divisions are about $26. You're going to do an assignment of equity. So when they slip and fall, they can't sue you at all. And at the end of the day, they get diddly squat. Why not? See, maybe you didn't have to fight to get out of hell like me. So you got a choice today. You can listen, you can learn, and let me play the game, and I'll hand you the fish, and I'll teach you how to fish. Where do you think I want you to be? At my weekly workshops with me. I've done it for 43 years. Now, if you fix it that properly, let's say it's in California. They usually want about $83,000 to fix it up and more. But now I got a couple problems with one or two of you. What happens? You try to play peekaboo with the IRS and you made a mess. I don't get why people do that, but every time I talk to one of them does that, they always say, because I don't want to pay tax, right? Excuse me, dummies, if you did it that way. Corporations don't pay tax till they make a profit. You can never win by playing outside the rules. You got to play by the rules and the tools. That's how you win every time. So now you're going to have to go to irs.gov. Write it down if you're a couple of those dummies this way. Think about the forgiveness program and download a form called 656 of 433A and B. You can't even get your COVID-19 check. That sucks. The reality is it's going to be up to you. Get your butt back in the system where it belongs. You see, the only way you get to win is you play with the rules and the tools. When I was a little boy, they kept teasing me, calling me OPM. That wasn't nice. But you know what you're going to do? You're going to have 4 more divisions. Can you write it down? Can you follow through? I want a division for carpet, appliances, fixtures, and wood. See, I'm going to teach you at the workshops to go to the manufacturers and save up to 70%. All right, we're not going to spend any money for at least 60 days and more. When we close escrow on that property, escrow will pay off all the debt. Isn't that kind of fun? Now, here's a problem with most of you. If you got $200,000 from that property, you put it in your pocket, act like you're rich, and then you go piss it away and be broke again. That kind of sucks. By the way, you're all guilty. Yeah, you are. You've had $10,000, $100,000 in your pocket before, and you pissed it away, and half of you are broke today. Break it down and understand. Ray's rules, there's 20,000 of these. Write down leveraging money, 84 ways to play, and make sure you write down that borrowed money is not taxable. See, here's how you don't play by the rules and tools. Borrowed money is not what? Taxable. Write it down. We're going to create the line of defense so you get to win, because you don't need to bring the pain home again, because that's called silly and dumb. Now, here's the thing with every one of you. It's called leveraging money. You know, one of the things that I did, I verified something years ago, and I made some fun when I wrote the 84 ways to leverage money and credit. You see, understand something. When you make the bank verify itself, they have to say yes. I don't know if you know, but the banks get to borrow from the feds times 10. They get to loan 5 times to us. So let's say we had that $200,000 and put it in a CD. Now I'm going to teach you how to play at the workshops with this. All right, and then I'm going to set up a line of credit and more. Bank account. Now that we got 3 reference points. But then there's always somebody whining like a baby. I don't have 200,000, Ray. I don't give a damn. You can start with $1,000. 1,000 turns 15 to 50 to 100,000 to $1 million. No excuses with me. Understand? That's 3 reference points. The bank's going to have to say yes. That's 600,000 of reference. And what do we get to do? They can give us up to times 5. By the way, that's $3 million. And remember, borrow money's not taxable. Let's take $2 million. Let's go get a McDonald's. You want a Big Mac and fries and a chocolate shake? Let me know. You see, you just have to learn how to play the game. Now, I wanted a Rolex like everyone else years ago, but I have a problem. Every time I spend money, I always see the peer in my head. So I said, no, I can't spend the money, but I want it for free. Watch me. I opened a division for jewelry. It was kind of fun. I got the watch overnighted to me at $39,000 versus $89,000 retail price. I didn't have to pay for it for 30 days. I put a loan on a watch I did not own. Oh, I paid the invoice when it came in. I also put the extra money in the bank to maintain the payment on a watch I did own. And at the end of the day, I got it for free. Maybe you want to listen to me. We can have some more fun if you want. You see, you're going to have to beat your own doubt. The biggest problem with you is you. You're going to have to get out of your own way. You know, I just did a class on Saturday, and so far, out of all the people in the class, I keep faxing over and saying, whoa! All right? It was called daisy chaining class. It was kind of fun. So far, I think I got, 36 emails saying, now, wow. Yeah, they got to learn how to play like a specialist that day. Now, I want you to understand something. All right? I was getting bored, so I decided to do basically a billionaire boot camp. All right? I got a radio show put on hold because of the pandemic. I got a TV show coming up too. By the way, my last and final boot camp ever is this weekend. It's called Billionaires Boot Camp. So it's the 14th, 15th, and 16th. So if you want to be in it, it's your last chance you ever will spend 3 days with me. So guess what? I'm going to hand you $100,000 of cash credit. I'm going to give you personal private calls with me. You're going to get 10 of those. And you know what's going to happen in the boot camp? We're going to have some fun. You're also going to get level 1, level 2, level 3, and all the specialty classes for the rest of the year. I want to make sure you get past million, get to billion, because it's kind of fun. But again, that's up to you. Now, if you want to be one of those, it's $9,999 today. I only have one left anyway, because I can only do so many calls. Don't you get that? So if you want to be one of them, you got one left. You can call 877-519-7509. Now, one of the things that I'm going to offer today is pretty simple. So some of you might want to just go through the Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Maybe you want a day, 2 days, or 3 days too. I'm going to do this. You're going to get no calls because you can't get calls. I don't have enough time. Take a picture. I'm going to offer this today, and if you don't do it, that's on you. You can buy a day for $19.99. I'll get you $20,000 of credit. That's 10%. From there, if you want to buy all 3 days, it's $4,499 today. I'll give you $50,000 of credit. Now what's your excuse? We charge 10% for the credit. Now you get the Billionaire Boot Camp. You're stuck with me. That going to be fun? You can Zelle, wire, or deposit it. And if you don't do it, it's okay. It's the last Billionaire class I'm ever going to do because I'm getting ready to go nationwide and have some more fun. By the way, one of my first cars was a Lamborghini. Look at that car. Look at the doors. Oh, would you like a car? What's your dream car? Tax ID? Fleet price kind of makes sense? But again, I'm not going to show anything I didn't get. Didn't matter if it's helicopters, or yachts, the mansions. I got to get you past go. That's what I got to do. See, here's the problem. I don't want you stocking the shelf. Hell, I want you owning the store. My clients own the stores, and they tell people what to do. It's about time you step up to the plate. Now, I call this God's gift. It's one of my mansions I had before my coma. I parked my race boat and my yacht in my backyard. Where you park yours again? Remember, I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years, so this is going to be on you. I like the helicopters, the Lamborghinis, and the buildings because that's half the fun. Would you like a company car yet? Now, I need you to write down 2 more rules. You ready to write them down, please? Because every time you basically pull out your driver's license and you cash your check or use a debit card, you're going, here's where I live. Come rob my house. Come sue me, screw me, take it away. That's called silly and dumb. I want you to change your driver's license to a P.O. box or a mailing address. And by the way, I never tell you to do something unless it's factually verifiable. Ever since the Schaefer bill, Driver's Privacy Protection Act, it's right in front of you. You got to learn how to play the game. Now, I don't understand why you don't listen to me. When you bought a car, the last time you bought a car, all right, what did you do? You let some guy that sweated you for 2.5 hours with an ugly shirt and an ugly tie. You got $5,000 loss, up to 9 inquiries too. I don't get it. You're only supposed to use 6 inquiries every 180 days. But if you're going to play it your way, at least do a couple things I tell you to say. When they hand you the piece of paper and say, we need your permission to run your credit, next to your signature, write down this allows 1 inquiry only and take a picture. Please. See, at the workshops, I teach you how to buy it at fleet price. They deliver it to you under the tax ID. You see, I can't get every one of you to listen because you know so much. That's why you're stuck, which kind of sucks. What company car you want? Let me know. You see, here's the problem with all of you today. You're at the grocery store. You're at the bank. You bump someone's car. You got a little bumpity bump. Guess what they're going to ask you? Driver's license, insurance, registration, please. Let's see, the driver's license has your home address on it, so they know where to serve you. You're the duck. The insurance you've been paying out of your taxable income, which is kind of silly and dumb. It should have been the corporation. Oh, by the way, you're the registered owner. Quack, quack, you're the duck. And they're going to call one of those nasty attorneys on TV, and they're going to sue you, screw you, and take everything you got because you didn't listen to me. Oh, well, how can I get the world to listen to Ray? He's got the rules and the tools, and he's basically mapped it out since he was 9.5. You see, I want you to understand at the workshops, we're going to play with the pink slip and registered owner and the lien holder too. The registered owner is going to be a division from now on. The lien holder is going to be the corporation. And what happens when they want to sue you? They can't. They get diddly squat at the end of the day. You want to learn how to play? You want to play with me yet? I want to set up the line of what? Defense. You got the ability to listen, and I get to from there. I'll hand you the fish. I'll teach you how to fish. But again, you got to get stuck with me. You know, it's amazing. On July 3rd, 2009, what did I do? I took the corporate yacht from my backyard. I said fill it up. It was $1,600. I wrote off the card and the interest rate and the yacht. What did you do? You see, we went on the yacht on July 4th. We took people in a corporate yacht to watch the fireworks. It was kind of fun. There I am on July 5th, 2009. H1N1, swine flu, pneumonia. Like I said, it kind of sucks. What do you think? But again, guess what I get to do? I can go, boo-hoo-hoo, feel sorry for myself. No. Hell no. My family needs to eat. I walked around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. I still put my credit score back to an 820. I built $1 million of credit again and again. I can't stay down. My family needs to eat. I got no excuses. God's using me to help you. You going to pay attention today? I pray that you do. In the coma, I asked to keep my life going. I got a choice, stay in peace or go back. The moment I said go back, guess what? The machine went beepity beep. You know what? I'm praying for 50 more years today. And you know what's going to happen when I eventually die? I named my son and my daughter after me. They're going to be my legacy for the Ray Reynolds University. I don't know what legacy you're going to leave. You see, I want to rebuild your credit. I want to have a rapid refresh, credit lines, articles, books, CDs, classes. I want you stuck with me, and I don't want you to ever forget it's called 29%. Don't jack up the card. Don't drop your score. Today, I Googled the word corporate setup today. I was amazed. It was $2,400. Are you kidding me? Some of you have one of those, and you pay thousands of dollars for a piece of paper. But 96% don't know what's next, so they do nothing at all. How about I do it all for you? Articles, also as tax ID. I charge you $999. Now you're stuck with me. I'll hand you the fish, but then I'm going to put you in classes because I want to teach you how to fish. I want you in the corporate setup class for 3 months. I want you to master the rules and the tools, just like when you watch your favorite movie. You can say the lines before they do, can you not? Then I want you in a level 1 for divisions. I want you to master the line of defense. The workshops are $9.99 today. That's $9.98. But wait, there's more. $17.99. Now you're stuck with me. So you have spent thousands on a bunch of crap. All right? And what do you got to show for it? Here's what I'm going to make sure you understand at the workshops. How to get the tax ID for the divisions and the corporation, learn how to play, create the line of defense, don't bring the pain home, and make sure you understand today. Today, while I do the overview, I'm going to hand you $5,400 of cash credit. You see, like I said earlier, I want to make sure you get 2 or 3 times more of cash credit back in your pocket. So when you invest $17.99 today, I'm going to give you 3 times your investment back in your pocket is cash credit. I got no excuses. And if you do this right away, I'll even do the rapid refresh and the credit building for you. But again, what do you got to do? It's called Zelle, wire, or deposit it today. I got no excuses. By the way, neither do you. They said it couldn't sink. Heck, it couldn't even turn. Colonel Sanders didn't get his first $1 million check till he was 71. Thomas Edison didn't give up. Why did a couple of you? You know, Bannister was told, if you run, sir, the 4-minute mile, you don't exercise the way we do. I'm sorry, sir, you're going to die. He told the world to go to hell. He did it anyway. Then 1,400 people followed along. See, you got to realize you need to be your own expert for you. It's called God and you. Me, it's simple. Every time I hear someone say, white man can't jump, are you kidding me? I've been kicking the door jam since I was 10 and a half. I used to kick the basketball hoop and they just say, whoa. I didn't learn to jump. Hell, I learned how to fly. Let me tell you something. I accomplished every goal I've ever had in my life by the time I was 26. If you can touch it, you can kick it. Don't you let people get in your way and get out of your own way today. Yes, I get 1 or 2 turds in the bowl giving me crap every month, no matter what I say or do. I tell them, show up and shut up. I've been at the Marriott in Long Beach for 40 years. I've been teaching and preaching for 43. Guess what? Not everybody likes me. Not everybody likes you. Some of your own friends and family too. What are we supposed to do at the end of the day? Go boo-hoo-hoo? No. If they can crucify Jesus Christ, who are we? Your lack of commitment is your biggest problem. You have wasted so many thousands of dollars on a bunch of crap. All right, it's about time you reinvest in yourself and get stuck with me. I got no excuses. I want you to think like I do. Reach in the dream. Remember, think and be the impossible. I've done it all my life. You got a choice. It's up to you. You want your dream car yet? Let me know. You see, you want $1 million paycheck? Raise your hand as high as you can, so I'll call you stupid to your face. You only keep $375. You want $1 million in a corporation? I'm going to call you brilliant, because you get to pay all the bills first, then pay tax on the leftover. You know, it's amazing. All right, Richard's a nice guy. He won the first show called Survivor. He almost died twice on the show. He got $1 million check. They told him, you only keep $375. The IRS gets the rest because it's personal income. All right, he said, no way. He went and pissed away all the money, and then they gave him 3.5 years in federal prison. It's one of those judges that should have basically gave him probation. You know, those mean people. All right, well, I'll let that alone. Motivation is not enough. You ever notice that? I'm sorry to say, between Tony and all these great people that don't want to motivate you every day. Yeah, dude, go, go, go. At the end of the day, with no rules and tools, that's called BS. Okay, without the rules and the tools, blah, 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 doesn't get you there anyway. Again, I'm not going to show you anything I didn't obtain, because I created the rules and tools that work every time. You got a choice today. Go back to where you've been or step up to the plate. It's called raise rules and tools. You see, at the end of the day, we all got a story to tell. We do. All right? You got a choice. I'd like to get you an 820 credit score. Hand you 100,000 credit for the personal family. Leave it alone because you can't write it off anyway. From there, I'd like to get you a corporation in divisions. I'd like to get you up to $1 million of credit. I want to help you stop being stuck, because that sucks. So let's understand something today. What's next? It's pretty simple. It's right in front of you. It's called raise rules. That's what's next for you. You got a choice. There's 20,000 of these. I'm still going to hand you the fish, teach you how to fish. You're going to have to beat your own doubt. It's up to you. It's never been up to anyone else. Like I said this morning, so far I've got 36 faxes. I did a class on Saturday in the afternoon called Daisy Chain Credit. It was kind of fun. They turn around. These were experts, and they go, well, I can't believe I'm learning more. Oh, yeah. You have no idea what I can teach you till you want to play. My last and final boot camp is this weekend, because I'm getting ready to run as fast as I can for a radio show and TV show. I don't want to take 3 days of my time anymore. You got Billionaire Boot Camp. It's your last and final. It's 14th, 15th, and 16th. I'm going to hand the people that want 100,000 of credit. They get the 10 calls, no problem at all. I can only do this for one more person, that's it, because I can't take more calls than 10. So guess what's going to happen today? If you're one of those who wanted level 1, level 2, level 3 in specialty classes, you get all that for the rest of the year. But again, then you're stuck with me. Won't that be fun? But again, it's $9,999 today. You might call 877-519-7509. For those who just want, and there's only one left anyway, and for those who just want one day at a time, that's okay. I can't give you any calls because there's not enough time in the day to do the calls and all my webinars with me. But what I get to do, if you'd like, all right, if you buy a day, it's $19.99. I'll still hand you $20,000 of cash credit. If you want all 3 days with no calls, how about $4,999 today? And I'll still hand you $50,000 of credit. Now, what's the excuse? There's your Zelle, there's the wire, there's the deposit. You got a choice. Remember, I'm always going to tell you, it's called millions to billions. See it, believe it, go get it. Well, I said in the beginning, I want to repackage your whole life. I want to make sure you understand. I want to shake you up and wake you up and have some fun. So if you're watching me on Google, Facebook, YouTube, you're missing the overview, you might want to go to raisewebinar.com. So let's keep in mind today, when I was 7.5 years old, when I heard a corporation's a legal person, I heard my way out if I could figure it out. Book after book didn't give me anything. I created my own blueprint, rules, and tools, and it works ever since. You got the ability, and I want you to turn it to a game because I don't want you stressed out. Winning the game of business. I wrote that 43 years ago. You got the ability. Keep in mind, like he said, he's been a client for 20 years, and his son is now 17, been listening to the CDs. He's only making $11.50 a week. Not too bad. If he does it right, he'll get up to $5,000 a week. That's the daily report. Again, if you want just the first 1,000 rules, they're right there in the books and CDs. It's $4.99. You can Zelle, wire, or deposit today. All I'm asking for is 90 days. In 90 days, I'll have you on your $1 million dream. I'll even guarantee it. Remember what I said when I Googled the word corporate setup today? $2,400. Are you crazy? No. I want to do the work for you. Articles, also list tax ID. But I want you in the workshops with me for 90 days. It's $17.99. I'm going to hand you $5,400 of cash credit as well. That's 3 times your investment back in your pocket. All you got to do is realize I'm even doing the rapid refresh and the credit building today. Zelle, wire, or make a deposit. You see, the 14th Amendment of the Constitution turned corporations into people, we the people. USA Inc., I love the United States. I just learned how to play by the rules and the tools. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, they've been printing money 24/7. By the way, USA Inc., they manage all 50 states. All states are corporations. All states manage the cities. The cities are corporations too. So let's understand something today. Raise rules. Don't have joint credit. You close escrow, escrow close, homestead in according to a trust. You never have a corporation in your name. That's called dumb. You never name it what it does. That's double dum-dum. You always have up to $1 million of credit. Keep in mind, as a kid, they told me don't have, all your eggs in one basket. I kept asking the question, explain that, and they could not. They were just saying the same dumb thing. So your corporation's going to get credit. Then it's going to maintain the divisions for real estate, franchise, current business. You're going to learn how to master the line of defense and not bring the pain where? Home ever again. Your ability, like I said in the beginning today, plan on the problems. There's always something to go wrong. Remember, safety, credit, and the line of defense. Now you're stuck with me. You have the ability, and I want to repackage your personal credit. It's $4.99. $1,000 credit card, twice as much you invest in yourself, back in your pocket. But again, it's going to be expedited, 90 days or less. You got 877-519-7509. There's the Zelle, there's the wire, there's the deposit. Now you got no excuses. You get to play with me. Millionaire in the Making Workshop. I call this step 1. This is where I put a bunch of things together for you. How about we do credit rebuild, rapid refresh, articles of corporation, tax ID, officers list, setup class for 90 days, level 1 for divisions for 90 days too, and we'll do 2 analyzations as well. Now I'm normally going to charge you $3,995, but today let's wait. It's $2,999. And I want you to understand, I'm going to hand you $25,000 of cash credit. So let's understand what this means. You're investing in yourself, getting the goodies, stuck with me for 90 days, and I'm handing you 8 times the cash credit back in your pocket for your own investment back to you of cash credit. I like some of that for you, but most of it for the corporation and divisions, so we can build a business and you can write it all off. There's the Zelle, there's the wire, there's the deposit. Take a picture. It'll last longer. See, the American dream is pretty simple. Receiving money every month, pay all your bills, drive the company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up your time. And you're going to have to understand the line of defense and master Ray's rules and tools. You remember what I said. The Millionaires in the Making today is $2,999. You're getting back $25,000 of cash credit, 8 times your investment. Use Zelle, wire, or deposit. At the end of the day, you get stuck with me personally. I'm going to hold your hand every step of the way. I do not pass the buck. Keep in mind. All right, I want to repackage your whole life. I want you stuck with me. Hand you the fish, teach you how to fish. Remember, 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Saturdays, I give you the status update. This is where I do 98% for you, and I ask you maybe to do 1 or 2 things. As long as you follow through, guess what we get to do? Get you to million to billion. Stay safe, stay strong today. We find ourselves sitting, waiting for what's next to come. Let us remember life is a gift from our Father in heaven. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us be and do the best and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen. Started the Ray Reynolds University decades ago. Went through a coma, came right back out. Ray's Rules, 20,000 of these. You got 877-519-7509. Building relationships and dreams. You're stuck with me. It is definitely a profit company. We go after the money first, always. Then we decide what to do. You got 877-519-7509. Now you got no excuses. You can get stuck with me, or you can go back and get unstuck. Don't forget, at the end of the day, God loves us all.